Welcome back to TFAX, where we dive into the latest and greatest updates from the world of reality TV. Today, we're unpacking the juiciest stories from the latest season of Love is Blind. Let's jump right into it. First up, we have Lauren O'Brien revealing the moment she realized her engagement to David Dave Bettenburg was over. From heated conversations in the movie theater to emotional drains, Lauren shares her side of their dramatic breakup. What exactly went down in the pods? Let's find out. Next, it's all about love triangles. Lauren also opens up about her surprising connection with Mason, a relationship viewers didn't see coming. She reveals how she was talking to him until almost the end and the unexpected twist that changed everything. What does this mean for her future? Stay tuned. Then, we have Mason Horacek addressing the red flags in his relationship with Madison Errichiello. He wishes he had noticed them sooner and avoids a catastrophe. What lessons did he learn from his reality TV experience? We'll dive into Mason's heartfelt reflections. But that's not all. Ever wondered where the original couples from season 1 of Love is Blind are now? Join us as we catch up on their journeys and see who made it to their forever and who didn't. You won't want to miss these updates. Lastly, we return to Dave Bettenburg as he opens up about his messy split from Lauren. Discover his true feelings and thoughts on navigating love in a reality TV environment. What's next for Dave? Let's find out together. Let's dive into our first story featuring Lauren O'Brien from Love is Blind Season 8. In a recent interview, Lauren opened up about the pivotal moment that led to her engagement with David Dave Bettenburg falling apart. She recalls the exact moment in a movie theater that became her breaking point. Lauren described how she felt a shift in Dave's tone during their conversation, sensing anger directed at her, which made her realize, this is not how my person will speak to me. We're done. She characterized this moment as the nail in the coffin for how emotionally drained she felt in their relationship. Lauren revealed that she had over-explained herself countless times, but nothing seemed to change Dave's perception of her situation, especially after he learned about her brief romantic history before coming on the show. Tensions escalated when Dave questioned her intentions and readiness for marriage, leaving her wanting the chance to explain herself to his friends and family, which he never granted. Their relationship came to an end in episode 11, and Lauren expressed her confusion about who was right in the situation. She grapples with her feelings, admitting she didn't initially know if she had messed up or if Dave was the one exaggerating. Despite the emotional turmoil, she felt confident in her understanding of her own narrative. Addressing her past hookup, Lauren reaffirmed that it was merely a friend with benefit situation and insisted she had been transparent with Dave about her casting conversations. Meanwhile, Dave saw things from a different perspective, influenced by what his friends and family were telling him about Lauren's past relationship. He expressed that he couldn't justify marrying someone whose past connections made him doubt her. Ultimately, Lauren recognized that Dave was making the best decision for himself, given the information he had at the time. However, she also reflected on the unfairness of being villainized during the breakup, stating, "There's not a path forward for us in terms of a romantic relationship." While she wishes him growth in future relationships, she acknowledges that the chance for reconciliation is no longer an option. Lauren concluded by emphasizing that the core issue was the way Dave treated her, which she cannot overlook. Moving on to our second story, we have another fascinating insight from Lauren O'Brien about her experience in the pods. In an exclusive interview, she revealed that she was actually talking to Mason Horacek right up until the very end of her time in the pods. This unexpected connection was a love rectangle. Yes, you heard that right, between Mason, Madison, Meg, and Alex. Lauren shared, "It's so funny to look back because I was talking to Mason up until almost the end." Viewers didn't get to see much of this relationship unfold on camera, as the spotlight was primarily on her romance with Dave. She expressed her surprise at how much interaction she had with Mason, saying, "After I realized that he had this whole thing with Meg and Madison, I was like, wait, what? We've been talking every day." She reflected on how the intense focus on her own budding romance with Dave meant she was somewhat oblivious to the dynamics forming around her. Lauren admitted, "I was so wrapped up in my own s. Like, I was having these conversations with the guys, and of course, you're spending time in the lounge, but so much of my headspace was being taken up about these romantic relationships. As her engagement with Dave unfolded, things didn't go as planned for Mason either. Fans learned that while Lauren and Dave didn't make it to the altar, Mason was also navigating a complicated connection with both Madison and Meg. Lauren provided context that the other couples were experiencing their own turmoil as she tried to focus on what was happening between her and Dave. Lauren's candid comments highlight how the complexities of relationships in Love is Blind can often lead to twists and turns that take both the participants and the viewers by surprise. With all this unfolding drama, it's clear that the pod experience is full of unexpected revelations and tangled emotions. Will this insight change how fans perceive the unfolding relationships? Only time will tell. Now, let's turn our attention to Mason Horacek as he reflects on his experience in the pods and the red flags he ignored during his relationship with Madison Errichiello. In a recent interview, Mason candidly admitted that he realizes things might not have worked out with Madison even if he had handled the situation differently. He expressed, "There's a lot that I look back on watching it now where I really wish I would have addressed the red flags that I saw when I was dating Madison." Mason acknowledged that he chose to overlook these warning signs, getting wrapped up in his feelings and going along with what felt right at the time. As he watched the season unfold, Mason couldn't help but feel regretful, stating, "If I hadn't ignored those red flags, I feel like I would have ended up in a better situation instead of the catastrophe that we all witnessed." It's clear that the emotions he went through were intense, and he shared his disappointment in falling back into patterns from past relationships where he had faced similar issues. Mason further elaborated on how he came into Love is Blind, hoping to avoid repeating those negative experiences, yet somehow found himself back in a difficult situation. He described the experience as heartbreaking, emphasizing, "It just sucks when it's one of the biggest world stages that you have to fumble the ball and learn in that aspect. But now I'll never forget the lesson." Despite the drama that played out, Mason found comfort in the support from his fellow cast members. He mentioned feeling completely backed up by Alex Brown, who defended him while interacting with Madison. Mason expressed gratitude for this friendship, acknowledging that he now values the connections he made during filming. However, after their breakup, Mason revealed that he and Madison never spoke again, feeling that their relationship had become toxic. He stated, "After Madison broke up with me, that was essentially the last time I spoke to her for a long time." Through it all, Mason seems to be taking away important life lessons as he and the rest of the cast move forward and try to create new connections post-show. But that's not all. Let's take a moment to reflect on where it all began, Season 1 of Love is Blind, and catch up on some of our favorite couples from the very first season of this groundbreaking reality series. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since the show first premiered. The concept turned heads and brought us the perfect mix of romance, drama, and unexpected comedy. As we dive into the lives of the original couples, we're reminded of the magic and chaos that unfolded when love was truly put to the test. Did any of them actually make it to the altar, or were some couples destined to fizzle out? Viewers can't forget iconic couples like Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton, who captured hearts with their genuine connection and adorable relationship. They have been thriving together even after the show ended, becoming a prime example of success from the experiment. But what about couples who didn't fare as well? We'll explore the ups and downs, the true love stories, and the heartbreaks that marked their time on the show. From unexpected rejections to emotional revelations, Season 1 set the stage for every batch of contestants that followed. So, where are those OG couples now? Join us as we catch up on their journeys, reliving both the heartwarming and heartbreaking moments. Trust us, you won't want to miss the surprising updates we have for you. Finally, we return to Dave Bettenburg as he shares his thoughts and feelings following his messy split from Lauren O'Brien. It's clear that the emotional fallout from their breakup still lingers for Dave as he reflects on the tumultuous relationship they had during Love is Blind Season 8. In a recent interview, Dave opened up about his struggles throughout their engagement, expressing how challenging it was to navigate the complexities of their connection. He shared, I think the whole situation of her having a boyfriend, going into it, and me having to experience this, I was trying to play the best role I could but found it really difficult. Dave confronted the feelings of doubt and disbelief that arose when he heard about Lauren's past. He revealed how information from his friends and family played a significant role in shaping his perception of their relationship. This is coming from not only my sister, who knows this guy's best friend, but also my really close college friends, he said. They were all telling me that they had been dating for 3 months, and it just made me question everything. Despite the dramatic end to their relationship, Dave demonstrated a sense of maturity as he spoke about his experience. He acknowledged that he felt he had to make the best decision for himself, an incredibly tough call when emotions are on the line. He stated, "I just can't justify marrying someone if that's what she was doing coming into it. I knew my answer based off of the information I had at that time." Looking back, Dave also reflected on the nature of their communication, wishing it had been different. "I think it was fair of him to question me," he said, highlighting the importance of honesty in relationships. Even in the aftermath of their split, he expressed hope for Lauren to grow from this experience. Ultimately, Dave conveyed a sense of closure, recognizing that the path forward for both of them is separate. "I don't hate the guy. I hope he learns from this and grows from this," he explained. As he turns the page, it's evident that the lessons learned during this emotional journey will stay with him for a long time. What's next for Dave? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: his story is far from over.